Hey beauties, welcome to Cherry's Pavilion, your go-to for all things beauty, from DIY tutorials on makeup, hair, skincare and fashion to the latest industry trend and inspiring lifestyle vlog. We've got you covered. Every Tuesday, join us for Reflection Time with Cherry's podcast, where we dive into how beauty impacts mental health and self-care. New videos drop every Sunday, Tuesdays and Friday. Hit the subscribe button below and let's glow together.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So watch me as I achieve this look. So this is blade and this is my mascara wand or spooling brush, any one of the two. So I'm dividing my blade into two, and the reason is that I can actually use that one for two-person instead of just using the one. So there is no rule that says you have to divide the blade, since I can just manage it and make use of it for two-person. So that's why I did it that way. So the first step I'm doing here is to carve the brows. So when you are carving the brows, you are not trying to shave off the hair of that person, but rather what you made there, the shape that you made there, you are trying to make it more defined, and you are trying to make it more defined. So you are not creating something new entirely in your own head, but trying to trace what you made on that person's face and bring it out in a very more defined way, so that it will help your brows to come out. When you draw your brows, it will help it to come out very, very well. Okay, so I'm carving the brows already. So as you're carving it, you'll be brushing it out, so that you can see the excess. You will be able to remove the excess hair that is there. So please don't cut off your model or your customer's eyebrow. Most of them don't like it, and even some people even used to require that they don't want to carve their brows, sometimes to convince them. Sometimes if you're not able to convince them, you just walk your way around their brows to do the makeup. But if you can actually convince the person, it will be amazing. Okay, and this person has hair in the middle of our two eyebrows, so we do not need it. You have to carve it out. And also she has hair in her face too, but I make request that should I shave them, but she said no. But in the case that the customer don't care or the model don't care, it is advisable that every hair that is on the face, around the cheekbone, around the jaw, that you carve them out, so that you can have a clean surface to work on. So now to my wipes to clean the face. Clean the face very well, like very well. You don't have to be hard on your model, and at the same time you don't have to be too soft, so that you'll be able to remove all the dirt, because one of the major distinct for makeup is a very clean base. When you have a very clean base, oh my god, is a foundation that you're going to have a very good outlook. Then I use mist spray. It is water that is inside the mist spray, so I use the mist spray to hydrate her face, so that to calm all her nerves and everything down for the makeup. So then I use vitamin C spray to also hydrate and set her face before the makeup. So I'm trying to, and you have to, every product that you're applying, you have to ensure that they dry up, especially the skin work products. So you have to make sure that they dry up. So then I apply my moisturizer after the vitamin C spray. So I apply the moisturizer, blow some moisturizer to hydrate, to set our face, to moisturize our face. So then we put on the fan, so that as I'm applying, it is drying up, so that it's able to sink to our skin. Then I make use of Pond. Pond is one of the oil controls that I used. So there's no how you can stop oil coming from the face, but you can just control them, you can just minimize them. So pond is one of the oil control that I make use of to minimize the control, like to control the oil on our face. So make sure that you apply it to every area except the under eye. When you're applying products, don't apply dry products on the under eye. Dry product like primer, like oil control, like the pond, don't apply them under the on the under eye to avoid giving you the harsh line. So but on every other face apart from the under eye, apply them. So that's the primer that I applied. Now I use Adventure primer. Then also I use Adventure sweat blocker. So I'm going to use that one just to apply in the T-zone area where most sweat and oil comes from. Then the foundation that I'm using is Ezekiel, so I'm using number 35 and 25. So the 25 is my major color, but I'm going to mix it with 35 so that I can get an exact skin color. So that's the foundation palette where I'm mixing the foundation. Then after mixing, you first take little to check on her face if it's perfect. And do you see this, that is very perfect? No one can really tell that okay, foundation is on her face. So then when you're applying foundation, don't apply directly with your brush. First use your either small brush or these two to pick it on her face, then you begin to blend. If you apply directly with your brush, you will not be able to control the amount of foundation that you use, and you don't really need too much foundations for a very good makeup. You don't need too much foundations, so that you will not create another person's face entirely. You are not going to bake the face. All we are trying to do is to enhance makeup, is to enhance the beauty, not to change the look entirely or give you another person's face on another person's body, if there is something like that. So use your foundation brush to blend. Sometimes you can just go in directly with your beauty blender, but I always love to blend with my foundation brush before going in with my beauty blender. And one of the major games in makeup is blending. When you are blending, do not be in hurry. Do not be in hurry at all, because the results, one of the things that will bring your results out is blending. So you blend with ease. Then also your beauty blender, you have to soak it in water and make it damp. So you soak it in water, squeeze the water out and make it damp before you start using it to blend your foundation. So you just apply small quantity on the beauty blender, so that if you apply it directly on the foundation like that, it will not be picking, the beauty blender will not be picking your foundation. But if you apply just small on the beauty blender and you start blending, so it will do the major work that you sent it to do. You get? And when you are blending, blend to the neck area, to the hairs area, to every possible place that you need to cover up. So you blend very well, one of the places that you don't have to be in hurry is when you are blending. Blend to the point that there is no harsh line, there is no okay, this is where this start, this is where this stop. Then back to my concealer. So I have my concealer palette. You are going to choose the nearest concealer color to your foundation. So you are not going to use something too light and too light. Then because it's concealer palette, if you apply it directly, it will be very hard for you to blend. So I use H&H makeup seal to soften the concealer before applying it on her face. Then you just apply in small quantity and you blend them out. So can you see the areas that I'm applying them to? You apply it and you blend them out. So see how there is not too much difference in a foundation and a concealer. So then I apply to a under eye at the tip to give that eye lifted look. So do you get? So you don't have to use to like the concealer color that is too way lighter than her face. It's going to be giving you another, it's not giving that very demure and very mindful in look that you want to achieve. So you apply to every area that you're supposed to conceal, and you blend very well. You see that blending, don't be in a hurry, you blend very well. Then you use your, if you have a contour stick or contour palette, but what I used to use is a darker shade of my foundation to achieve the contour, which I'm doing now. So from the hair biscuit bone, let me call it that way, area, so you blend it down to the cheek, but you are not going to blend it to the mouth though. So you stop at the middle of the cheek area, then you blend all the forehead, you blend the hairlines rather, so you blend the hairlines and everything together with contour. So I'm supposed to use a cream contour on her nose too, but sometimes I don't just want that too dark contour on nose, so I just prefer to use the powder contour alone. So I just prefer to use the powder contour alone. I don't use cream contour. Now I'm applying my cream brush. I want a reddish underneath, a reddish tone for her, so I'm using red color. So you apply just little and you blend them out. That blending, as I've said again, is very important. So you blend them out, the cheek area, you blend it to the top of the cheekbone. Can you see the way I'm blending it? So whenever you want to do makeup, just calm down, especially if this is your first time or you are just a beginner trying it out. Nobody is rushing you. What I used to tell my people at first is that the first thing is just to get it right. Even if you are going to spend 2 hours, 3 hours in getting it right, don't pursue two things at the same time. Now, okay, you want to be fast and you want to get it right, but at the same time don't sleep on, okay, because I want to get it right, I have to spend 4 hours this and that. But that getting it right, customer will appreciate it if you spend more time on them, but they know that the result is going to worth it than you trying to be fast, and at the end of the day you won't give them something very good. But at the same time, as you are working towards perfection, you work towards being fast too. But I just tell you the real fact of what customer would prefer. So then I move to my setting powder to set her face. But before applying the setting powder, I first use a powder, my powder palette, to set the face before setting it with baking powder. So to avoid that cakey, to avoid baking powder to the setting powder to cake, so I first bake it with my powder palette, then I will now apply the setting powder on it. So you pick your setting powder puff. So after applying, you use a dark foundation, a dark powder rather, to also set every areas that you contour. Then this is what I'm saying. So I prefer to use the powder contour anytime I don't want that too dark contour for nose, so I prefer to use the powder contour alone. That's why I did not apply the cream contour the other time. But in my other videos, I will do tutorial on applying the I'll do tutorial on applying the cream contour before the powder contour. So now to the eyebrows. So I'm with my number 3 pencil, number 3 Davis pencil, and my mascara wand. Then I have this puff in my hand to avoid my hand having direct contact with her face. So instead, it is that puff that will be having the contact with her face. So you comb it out and you do your games here. You know, one of the major game changer in makeup is eyebrows. So you do your game here, you outline you outline in what you've carved out. So you outline it out. So when you are drawing, you outline. When you are drawing from the under, you outline from the tip of the nose. But when you are drawing from up, you will not outline from, you just start from maybe like almost the tip, so that you can have that natural this thing at the edge of the brows. And brows is in two ways. We have the edge, the arc, and the tip. So I'll be showing you that in my other videos. So even without concealing yet, see how very demure and very mindful the eyebrow is. Eyebrow in makeup is a very game changer. So it's something that you can but learn how to find your way and find your game around it. So you fill in. Don't worry, I'll do a tutorial on that really majors on eyebrows itself. Sometimes you have to draw out what you find on the customer's face. Sometimes you have to put your own heart to it, because some people don't even have hair at all. So if you have to draw what is on their face, it's not going to come out well. But we are going to talk about that in some other videos. Then you conceal with the concealer that you used on, with the remaining of the concealer that you use on the concealing part that we concealed the other time. So as you are concealing, you are blending out. Don't forget, as you are concealing, you are blending out, so that you're not going to have that harsh line in any area. So you are concealing, you are blending out. So towards the tip of the eyebrow, the edge of the eyebrow, in the down part, I just apply just little shade of a foundation color, just to blend that place out. So you conceal, you blend out, you conceal, you blend out. Concealing is what will give your eyebrows, it's what will give it more definition. So as you can see that after concealing, like there is this thing, like it just bring it out and make it more noticeable. So you blend, you don't need those harsh lines, you blend. Okay, so I'm concealing the top now, and I'm making use of the foundation color to conceal the top, because now for the under part, for the eyeshadow part that I use this thing to conceal, the concealer to conceal, we are still going to work on that area. So we are going to cover the concealer, but that place there's nothing we are working on again. So I'm using a foundation color to conceal it, so that it will be easy for me to be able to blend it out and just make everything complement each other. So for the upper part, you use a foundation color to conceal. Even that, the foundation I use on our skin is what you use it to conceal. Then I use powder to set that area, just to erase those harsh lines. So just use powder to blend it. Then now to my eyeshadow primer. So eyeshadow primer is the base for our eyeshadow. This look, I just want to work on a warm reddish undertone for our eyeshadow, to complement the blush. So you apply the eyeshadow primer. Don't forget, in everything you do, blending, blending, blending. Anything you apply, just make sure that you blend. Okay, so I'm using Who Is That Girl eyeshadow palette. So I'm using a very nude color on her face. Then I'm going to blend it with another color that will give me that perfect tasting that I have in my heart. So I'm already using that color that I want to use and mix to have that kind of this thing that I have on her cheek, so that it's going to blend together and complement each other, which is very, 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 very important. So you blend well, you blend well. You avoid, okay, this is where this one starts, this is where this one ends. You avoid every form of harsh line. You blend well. And you see the way I'm using different brushes to blend it together. Okay, now so I want to use a Shimmex eyeshadow to complement it. I'm using a brown gold color to complement it. There is just know how to mix color that will give it a cool this thing. There is no really too much love that guard your creativity. Just unleash your creativity and understand how to blend color in such a way that it will give that pleasing look, and it's not be like you've put two hot colors together. And there is even some way that you can even put odd colors together that is going to come out amazingly well, in which we are still going to explore in most of our videos. So now I'm using eyeliner on our face to draw the wing liner. So now I'm moving to my lashes. Most times I'm supposed to make use of mascara here, but due to experiences I love to apply mascara as the last thing, because most clients don't have the resistance to even allow the mascara to dry before blinking their face and the likes, and at the end of the day all the works that you said you've been doing, they will just spoil it. So since then I apply my mascara as the last thing, and it always works for me. So I first use the eyelashes to measure her face, and I see that it's exact her face. But if it is not, I may have to trim it, in which you are going to see in some of the videos that needs for me to trim my eyelashes first. But when I use it to measure her face, is the exact length of her eye. So I apply my glue, then fix it. When you are fixing your lashes, just tell the person to look down but don't close eyes. Look down but don't close your eyes. Then you start applying from the middle to the tip. So don't worry, every of these things we are going to do a special videos for them, that is what we are just going to focus on. So yeah, once she's not closing her eyes, there's no how the glue want to get to her face, so it's going to make it easy for you. So now I want to apply my powder, but I'm first using my small powder brush to take powder to dust off the setting powder on her face. So I'm not just using a brush alone to dust it off, but I'm putting powder on the brush and using it to dust it off. Do you get? Then I start applying powder. You apply powder on all the face. When I say all the face, once you've done a good job from the beginning, everything that you've set, everything that you've contour, they cannot move from where they are, and the powder cannot overshadow them. So you apply powder on all the face. So some of the places that your big brush cannot get to, you make use of small brush for them. Since that way I'm applying powder on all the face, it does not eradicate it does not eradicate the things that I set on the face. Then you make use of your first step of setting spray. So after the first step of setting spray, I gave her the fan, and after drying up, I started working on her lip. So you contour the lip. Yeah, like this thing is just makeup majorly is a game of creativity. So it's a game of creativity. Today I'm using pencil. Next time if I want to contour the lip, I might not use pencil. I might use concealer. Next time if I want to contour the lip, I might use another color of pencil. Instead of brown that I'm using, I might use black color. I might use anything. It's just a game of creativity, a game of color, that at the end of the day, everything is just giving a mindful artist. Do you get? So whenever you are in makeup, don't be rigid to what you are taught. What you are taught is just to give you a foundational knowledge of what you need to know. Unleash your creativity. Make if in fact do some things that it will not even make sense. And you'll be like, okay, how can I do this thing better next time? How can I do it better next time? So don't forget, in everything you do, you blend well. So everything I'm still trying to do on her lip is to blend the contour very well. You blend well. That blending is the game of makeup. So then I apply this my nude lip stain. So I apply very generous amounts. Then I took a brush to blend it with. So do you see the way I'm blending it with the contour, so that there will not be, okay, this is where it starts from. This is just to avoid any harsh line. So I apply my concealer just to spice it up. So you blend, 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 blend. See that blending? There is no shortcut for it. You will blend. So I still see that, okay, I need to still apply more. I apply. Be generous with your product, but at the same time, don't pack all your product on your customer or model's face. Then I apply my gloss. You see, the work of gloss in lip oh my god, but it's not all the time that you make use of gloss. Oh, the work of gloss is something that is amazing. So it is definitely optional, but if you want your this thing to come out very well, gloss is a very good, very minor, but its work is evident. So I'm applying my last set of powder again. I'm applying the last set of powder again, just for the final setting. So apply to her face, apply to her ears. Then my last set of fit spray. So I'm making use of setting spray and soap spray this soap profix spray. Be generous with your spray. It is very, very important. So soap pro spray. So after everything has dried up, so this is the time I used to apply my mascara. This is the time. So I will apply it so that it will blend the natural eyelashes. So that the natural eyelashes will blend with the one we put there. So and I love to apply mascara to the under eye too. So I should actually use eyeliner, this gel eyeliner on her under eye, but I think she has zero tolerance for heat, so she doesn't even want that at all. But all the same, nothing spoil, so I just have to tell her to calm down for me to use the mascara on her lower lashes, because it's going to make the face pop too. So I have to tell her not to close her face, not to close her eyes, to allow this to blend. So this is the before, and this is our final look. You enjoy it very well. This is our final look. Wow, I love this so much. Okay, so until next time, guys, make sure that you subscribe so that whenever any video drops, you'll be the first person to be notified, and it doesn't cost us anything. And make sure that you comment below what you've learned and everything. Give us a like so that our video can travel far to reach every blessed person that will need this. Thank you for staying true. Till next time, bye.